Today on the channel, we got a big boy as we got the Storm Collectibles, Mortal Kombat, Shao Kahn, and Throne.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mortal Kombat Storm Collectibles unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got Shao Kahn and Throne. And of course, for all your Shao Kahn and Throne needs, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. I believe Big Bad Toy Store still is the exclusive home to Storm Collectible figures, at least as far as I know it is. And this is one of those ones I pre-ordered a heck of a long time ago before it was that so hard to say goodbye to Mortal Kombat on the channel. However, there was a deposit required with this, and if you canceled, didn't get your deposit back. So I said, man, I'm not throwing away 30 bucks. Give me the Shao Kahn, and here we are today. I'm going to have this, and I'm going to display him and Goro together, and that might be the extent of my Storm Collectible Mortal Kombat collection. We'll see what happens there. But an interesting one is this is the deluxe one with Throne. I believe they sold this separately without Throne if you just wanted the figure, but I had to go all in, had to get the Throne as well. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and this is a big boy. This is a lot more big in size than I was anticipating it to be. You get Shao Kahn right there, Mortal Kombat, of course, looking good. I am not a fan, I don't think I'll ever be a fan of the plastic wrap over the front, because if you're a Min-On card guy, this looks terrible with that going on. It is what it is, though, of course. And then we got, oh my gosh, it's heavy. We got that big Throne right there. Look at that. How cool does that look? And then on the back, get a little bit of a blurbage action, some glamour shots as well. This Throne, one of those things you could maybe use for different toy lines if you really wanted to. But it does say, Emperor Shao Kahn's lust for power is matched only by his ruthlessness. Millennia ago, he overthrew Onaga as ruler of the Outworld. And he conquered many other realms since. Eventually, it turns his attention to Earth Realm. The Mortal Kombat tournament prevents him from taking the realm by force. But if Shao Kahn champions win 10 consecutive tournaments, Earthrealm will be his. As long as his champion Shang Tsung and Prince Goro do not fail him, he will be victorious. And I'll be victorious in this unboxing as I'm going to take this offline, get him out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things Throne and Shao Kahn. All right, we got Shao Kahn and his Throne out of the package here, and there's a lot more than meets the eye, like a young Transformers with this one here. First impressions, very light Throne. I was expecting it to be maybe a little bit heavier. I am fine with the weight and how this is constructed, though, because I don't want a huge, heavy statue. I don't want something that feels like it's going to break, but this does come apart. Of course, the horns you do collect into, or you snap into, and then the chair here does meet the base. They connect. There is some chains that connect as well, but besides that, pretty much easy to put together. I guess I'll take Shao Kahn off, and we'll just look at the Throne first. How about? Let's go through this Throne. Big, big Throne here. Big skull with the horns out the side. How cool is that? I love all the blood down there on the base. Of course, this is a Throne that's seen some things, I guess. But looking good and very medieval, ornate, very cool. You got skulls hanging from these chains off the side. You got some just straight chains as well. Nice kind of stone texture around there. And then you got those big like ram horns off the side looking just extra menacing. Looking like something straight out of the Devil's Workshop is what it looks like. Even got blood up there on the skull. Just absolutely very, very cool, as you can see, moving things around. Not too shabby right here. So pretty cool, a nice added value. Of course, I did say it earlier, I think you could buy this with the Throne like I did, or you could buy just the figure itself if you don't have room for it, don't want it, whatever the reason is. But man, a nice, nice Throne. And one of those things you could probably use with other stuff if you really wanted to. Choose your own display, choose your own Throne adventure. But now we're going to get down to Shao Kahn himself, and I guess we'll start with his accessories first. So we get 1, 2, 3 different sets of splayed out hands. You got full on, you got this, you got this. Choose your own splayed out hand adventure. He's got the one hands where you can do a little of this, some of that, some of this, some of that. What you gonna do, brother? He can do whatever he wants with these pointer finger hands. And then, of course, the gripping hands right here to grip his weapons. And he comes with 2 fists of Mortal Kombat Fury right out of the package if you need that going on. So choose your own hand adventure, pretty much anything you could ever want there. Now, we do get his iconic sledgehammer. When I think of him and his weapons, this is what I think of. You got the Mortal Kombat logo, the dragon on there. Very ornate, very weathered. Looks like it's been used a time or two. Maybe that's why some of the blood is on here. Got the spike on the tip, spike on the bottom, and very sharp. So be careful. I think you could blade your forehead with this if you want to. Let's see if I can get it done. Oh my gosh, it's bleeding everywhere. No, not so much. But definitely a big sledgehammer here, like a young Triple H. So when they do that Mortal Kombat wrestling crossover, we'll have Triple H as Shao Kahn, I'm sure is what we'll do. But very cool, very on brand in the weapon department. Then we get down to spear chucking. Yes, we got 2 spears right here. We got one in kind of a translucent green, I guess. Very plasma-like is what we'll say. And then you got one that just looks like it was pulled off the wall of Castle Grayskull, all in silver here. But the same thing, just 2 different colors. Use them both, don't use them together, whatever you want to do. Choose your own spear adventure at the end of the day. But now we get down to old Shao Kahn, or Shao Kahn himself. Very cool, of course, one of the evilest guys in the Mortal Kombat realm, as we do know, but one of the most heavy metal looking guys as well. Very, very cool. It feels like a Storm Collectibles figure the minute you pick him up. We're going to start with the head sculpt department. Of course, you get that ornate mask. You got the horns. You got the skull on the front. You got kind of the samurai around the side. I mean, very, very ornate, looking very, very nice. It is removable. We're here for that. But definitely, Shao Kahn, you think of him, you got to have this going on. But you take that off, and that's where business picks up. And I'm racking my brain. Have I ever seen him without his helmet on? I don't know if I ever have. I can't remember, at least. So it's interesting. We get 3 different heads here, and basically all 3 heads, if you put the helmet on, they're all covered. So I don't know if you really needed 3 heads. I guess I appreciate it at the end of the day. But the first head on here, a little bit stoic look, but man, those red eyes just staring right through your soul there. And it almost looks like he has like crow feet or something on his forehead. So he's got that going on. But definitely looks like a bad dude. There's no doubt about it. Now the second head, he's screaming, he's yelling. He's got his teeth. But his teeth, very nice. Takes good care of his teeth, as we can see here. Got those red eyes once again. Got the tongue sticking out. But man, he's screaming and yelling. He's telling people what's up is what he's doing with that head there. And then the third and final head, gritting his teeth, a little bit of anger right there. So right now, I'm maybe looking at that screaming head. I like a lot of personality on my shelf. Might use that one. Of course, head going to be removable, as we do know. But now we dive into the figure itself. Got some big old spikes on the shoulder pads, like he just walked out of the Road Warriors Legion of Doom match or something. But he's got some of those going on, some nice spikes. Very soft, so you're not going to hurt yourself like you will with the weapons. Soft spikes there, the vest over the top. You got the skull right there in the heart of his chest. Looking good. You got some forearm protectors, once again with some spikes. Just extra lethal with those going on. You do get a belt, once again with another skull. A skull of his fallen enemies. Then you get a little bit of cover here on the side. Protects him from weapon attacks and things. Almost feels like Aquaman is what it feels like to me. And then being on brand down here on the shin guards, like a young Terry Steinbach, but with spikes. He's got those going on. And it's interesting. You're protecting your body using all this, but then you're wearing flip-flops. So I don't know what's up with that, but he's got flip-flops going on. Looking very interesting. You do got a loincloth over the front. Not furry, so it's definitely not from Eternia. That checks out, of course. Articulation, arms do go around for us. You do get butterfly shoulders. You do get a bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. You know we're here for that. Hands back and forth, side to side. Of course, Fist of Fury out of the package. Hula hoop looking really good. You got all kinds of movement out of that waist, up and down, all over the place. Head, up, down, side to side, back and forth. All that articulation we're used to. Big old Shao Kahn splits if you need them. Leg does go up. Very squeaky. Squeaky. Double jointed knees going on. Boot cut side to side. Ankle back and forth. All the usual articulation. Even down to the toe articulation. Todd on the couch. Looking good in the toe articulation department. No hole in the foot, so he's not going to stand on a peg stand, but he's got a pretty good base to him. Don't really need that, as we can see right here. Going to put that helmet back on. But man, a good-looking figure. Obviously, one of the big wigs. One of the must-have guys of the Mortal Kombat universe, if you ask me. You got to move him around a little bit, but he'll, of course, sit right in that throne. Ready to rule, ready to destroy his enemies, ready to do whatever needs to be done. But man, is there a more heavy metal display than this? Reminds me of Don't Break the Oath. Of course, King Diamond. Shout out to King Diamond there. Looks like he needs to take a drink from the chalice like a young night demon. Who knows what he could be up to here. But a very cool looking set. No doubt. And then, of course, I'm going to put Goro. We just recently unboxed this Goro on the channel, so check out that review if you did miss it. You put Goro right next to him. You got yourself a little bit of a Mortal Kombat display right here. This is something I can see my dad having in his office as well. He always loves stuff like this, so I can see him having Goro right there ready to go. But a fun one, and actually one that's better than expected. You know, I've had the peaks and valleys, the highs and lows with my Mortal Kombat collection. We did That's So Hard to Say Goodbye to the Mortal Kombat ones. But man, this is pretty cool, and I think this is just going to end up with a very small Storm collectible Mortal Kombat collection right here. A couple of Street Fighter figures, and that's where I call it a day, because the rumors are circulating. They're running rampant right now. Keeping those ears to the streets that Jada Toys, who does Street Fighter right now, are going to be doing Mortal Kombat. Can you imagine both those lines in the same scale, the same time? Going to be a glorious day for action figure collectors of video game properties. And to get those guys where you can cross them over, it'll be like the old G.I. Joe 3 and 3/4 line way back in the day. So pretty cool ideas there, but pretty cool right here from Storm Collectibles. Like I said, I believe Big Bad Toy Store is the place to get this. Could be sold out as far as I know. Maybe it's eBay now. But a fun set, especially on your heavy metal display. So there you go. Shao Kahn and his friend Goro, too. What are your guys' thoughts? Is this a pickup, a pass, a no game, a long game, a confused game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe to my other YouTube channel as well. Videos every single day, as you guys know by now. Appreciate all the support over there. Check out the Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content exclusives, giveaways, Q&As, you name it, it's all going down on the Patreon. You can also support the channel at PrestonTees.com and at Barnes & Noble and Amazon by picking up a copy of The Complete Guide to Jakks Classic Superstars by yours truly. Appreciate the support on the book. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for a little Mortal Kombat, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.